welcome back to my channel. Today I have my dearest friend, Miss Heather Austin is here. We are in Fargo. She's here visiting, and not just you, Jackson and Dusty, the real MVPs, the real celebrities.
Yes! The people y'all are all here for.
Not us. So yeah, they're here visiting and we were like, we have to film.
Yes.
So I dropped like a major hint and everybody was like, is it Heather? Is it Heather? Oh my gosh, you guys love Heather. And I got even more excited because I was like, yes, this is so great. So
it's happening.
We thought of unpopular opinions because we always talk about, oh, it'd be so fun to do like a reacting video, and so you guys sent a bunch in, so I'm going to keep it really short and sweet. Subscribe to Heather's channel, of course, if you're not already. I'm going to link her down below, and make sure you leave her a sweet comment to tell her how nice she was and everything. So nice. You're so sweet. We'll start here. Okay. I haven't read some of these, so
I'm nervous.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't ask if I could say people's names, so I'm
just
probably not going to. Yeah. So my potentially unpopular opinion is that people in the online beauty space, both creators and consumers of beauty content, are out of touch with the average beauty consumer. Brands like Clinique and MAC don't release anything that's interesting to us because we're not their target audience. I saw a lot of this when Urban Decay released their Mini Naked 3, which was boring to a lot of us, but the average person who buys makeup likely doesn't think the same.
Do you want me to go first? No,
yeah,
you go first.
No, you're totally fine.
So I'll kind of do this in touch point.
Yeah.
This says people in the beauty space are out of touch with the average beauty consumer is absolutely not correct. I started my YouTube channel. I'm not the average consumer. Like, I'm sharing my love for makeup, first of all. But everybody else in my life is the average beauty consumer. Like my mom, my sister-in-law, like they are the average beauty consumer. So I don't know. No, I'm not out of touch. I don't feel like most people are out of touch, but it's our passion, hobby. A lot of people, it's our job to review makeup. But I will say this one too. Urban Decay released their Mini Naked 3, which was boring to a lot of us, but the average person who buys makeup doesn't think the same. If I was the average person buying makeup, and I tell people in my life who do buy makeup, never pay full price for Urban Decay. It is going half off. That Urban Decay mini palette, I guarantee you before the year is out, will be half off. Or I would tell them, go buy Profusion. Like, I feel like that unpopular opinion is inaccurate.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh, I have it's so
Whoever
funny.
left that comment's definitely not coming to subscribe to my channel.
No, but it's so funny because I have two stories. While you were talking, I was thinking, like, one was literally one day I was returning something at Ulta and I saw somebody buy like an Urban Decay palette full price, and I was like, does that lady know you can get that on sale like most days of the week?
Never pay that much.
That's why I love beauty YouTube in general, because I feel like there's so many good like tips and tricks and hacks for getting stuff on sale, and like most people do videos like that. So I'm always just like, why aren't people looking for beauty content? Even people that always come up to me and they're like, oh, I wish I could do my makeup like yours, and I'm like, it's so easy.
That's why it's there. Yeah. Like, I literally filmed a video on how you could do it.
It's like, it's really not hard.
Yeah. I feel like beauty YouTube is here for the average consumer, so that you don't buy it all.
Right. But then it's up to you to find the information. And then the other thing, the other day I was getting my brows started. It was so funny because it was this Indian lady, and Indians are so chatty in general, but she was like talking to me and she's like, oh my gosh, like, I love your eyeshadow. She's like, what's a good eyeshadow palette to get at Sephora? And that's where I'm like, okay,
Sephora.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I like froze. I'm like, what eyeshadow palettes do people buy at Sephora?
What do you like? What do you mean? What color?
Well, and I wear so much indie now.
Yeah, that's
it's wild because I'm like, why would you buy an ABH palette when you can buy an Adept palette? Or
that's true, yeah.
So in some ways, I do feel like I'm out of touch just because to like pair it off like good palettes at Sephora, I'm like.
But then I think you can twist it and be like, hey, don't support Sephora. Like, you're a small business owner, or you're working in the small business. Like, support a small business. Like, these are the small businesses you can check out. You know, like, so I think that can be good. Because I will say, you and I both love indie makeup. Like, we try to be conscious where our dollars go, right? Yeah. Like, I love supporting, especially women who own their own makeup brands.
Yes, and so it was so funny for me to try and think of like brands, and then I was like, Oh, I was like, there's this brand called ColourPop at Ulta.
Yes. Or I'm like, BH Cosmetics.
Yeah, because I'm like, Morphe's like so hit or miss. So yeah, BH would be a good one to recommend. ColourPop and Juvia's Place too.
Juvia's Place always.
Yeah, but so I think we're kind of opposite on that because I can see it going both ways. I can see, but you have a lot of women in your life that you see on a daily basis, so you understand what they're looking for.
Yeah. And
I feel like I try not to talk about makeup with my friends so I don't bore them.
Yeah, that's true.
That are like not YouTubers.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's funny. Okay. I remember pre-screening this one. Okay, so unpopular opinion. I'm really annoyed with the trend reverse cat eye. Everyone thinks it's a new thing, but we were doing it back in 2006 in makeup school as one of the standard techniques. And yes, it's beautiful for some eye shapes, way better than the traditional.
Oh, me first again?
Oh,
you're just gonna put me in the hot tub?
No, guess first. Sorry. You're fine. So I haven't tried the reverse cat eye yet. Have you?
I haven't either, but this is the thing. It says, I'm really annoyed with the trend. That's the thing about trends. They come and go. Like, nothing is new, right? Yeah. Like, everything comes and goes. So, I mean, that's like when I was in middle school wearing, like, low-rise flare jeans. And my mom was like, we used to wear flare jeans, you know, like, and now, like, low-rise is coming back again. It's, like, everything moves in a trend. So, I think if you get annoyed with trends, it's not going to be a fun time for you over the next few decades.
Just the course of your existence.
Yeah, because I feel like everything just moves in trends. Yeah. Like, we're moving now away from, like, full glam into, like, more soft glam looks, and then I'm sure, like, full glam's gonna come back. I like trends because I feel like they allow people to try something that maybe they wouldn't have tried before. True. Like, makeup is supposed to be fun. You try this reverse cat eye, you hate it, wipe it off. You know, like, I don't know. I think trends are fun, whether I find them, like, visually appealing or not. Yeah. They're there to have fun.
I'm gonna go and assume that maybe they said, like, people that act like, oh my gosh, this has, like, never been done before. Maybe that's where.
But if you're, like, 16, everything is new, you know?
Right.
Like,
so maybe that's where, like, it's, like, trendy, but.
Like, take a makeup history class, okay? Gosh.
But that's, like, anybody that's been doing beauty YouTube versus, like, new people that come in and you're like, oh, yeah, this like, MAC, and they used to have this blinding gold highlight, but now you see ABH and Emery's, and it's like, oh, my God, we've never seen a gold highlighter.
Right. For sure.
It all comes around, right?
Mm-hmm, it does.
Okay, the next one is, dramatic lashes are needed for dramatic eye looks. I sometimes even forget to use mascara while doing my eyes.
Yeah.
Guilty.
You forget a lot. Yes. And I actually follow Andromeda on Instagram. I freaking love her. She does these beautiful... Do you follow her?
I don't think so.
She used to be more shadow, I think, but I can send you her handle so you can link her down below. But she does no lashes all the time. No mascara, anything. And she does colorful looks. No mascara. And it's beautiful. I think it's just personal preference. But I do agree. That is an unpopular opinion. Because most people, it's like lash crazy right now is the trend. Yeah. But it really lets the shadows, like, shine. When you have nothing else.
That's the thing. I think in this palette, look, because you guys left this one on the Wilderness palette. I'm pretty sure I forgot to put mascara.
You do that a lot.
I didn't notice until I was editing the video, and I'm like, wow.
Right.
Karen, way to be a good YouTuber. It's a different, like, something unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. So I do agree that you don't need a lash or a dramatic lash or a false lash or anything like that.
I agree as well.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do with your face.
Whatever makes you happy. Light coverage complexion products need more shades, less than a full coverage product than most brands make. Undertone plays a huge role in what will or will not work. Lighter coverage, yes, people use that as an excuse to not have as wide of a shade range.
I just, in general, we need more foundation shades. Like, you know,
Yes, like, undertones is like a struggle.
Yeah.
And so... Yeah, I don't know that it's a problem that one brand will ever solve.
Right.
And I think that's why people shouldn't limit themselves to a brand and be like, oh, I expect you to have, like, I don't know. To me, it's not realistic that every
every brand isn't going to have everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. I mean, more shades all the way around for every brand.
Yeah. But specifically, I get the light coverage thing because it's
Yeah.
always like 3 like light,
Right.
3 medium.
It'll be
It's
like a skin tint in one
neutral,
shade.
yeah.
Or they're like, it's smart technology. It matches your skin tone. I'm like, how? Are there am I putting computers and cameras on my face? Like,
did the foundation get a degree?
yeah, so like, is somebody watching me telling it what to match? I agree with her. I agree for sure.
So the next one is that influencers should receive every shade of foundation or concealer a brand puts out, but in mini sizes so they can swatch the foundation. I need to see more foundation swatches because it helps with seeing undertones and comparisons between shades. I feel like that's a really good opinion. I don't think
Are you going to swatch foundations that are nowhere near your skin tone?
That's the hard thing.
I think that would be potentially very offensive to some people if I swatched every foundation shade. I don't know, but like, why would I swatch a foundation that nowhere ever would I even be close to? I would rather say like, this is my shade, or these are the 3 shades I can wear. Like, go follow creator X, Y, and Z. Like, I would rather say like, go follow Karen. If you need this shade, go follow, you know, like, I would rather refer other creators than swatch a shade that is 10 times too dark for me.
Brands need to come up with a balance.
Yeah.
But then also, like, the only people that get full ranges are, like, the bigger YouTubers, and then they don't even do anything with the product. So,
yeah, that's true.
They maybe could make, like, some agreements. There's so many influencers, and then maybe putting it back on their actual website. Because so many brands do, like, I don't know if they're actually swatching those on those skin tones.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's like, did you really hire 40 models? I don't know. I don't know.
Because I know, like, Mel Thompson got all the Wayne Goss bronzers, and she was like, I'm not going to swatch.
Yeah, to me, it's like, if you swatch it, at least you're somewhere close to me.
Yeah.
The problem is that they only send it to lighter skin tones.
True.
And they don't send it to, like, if it went to Nima Tang, that would still help me more.
Okay, you need to say that, like, for the video. Say, like, they should send it to more
people of color.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
and very fair people.
But also make sure that there's a contract so they actually do it and they get paid for
like,
it.
Sponsor. Yeah, more sponsored videos. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Instead of sending every shade out to everybody, they could pare it down and do a sponsorship. I agree with that.
Yeah, just round up a few influencers.
That may be what she's actually talking about, actually.
Yes, that's what I think she's saying.
I agree. Okay. It took us a while, but we all got there, yes.
Okay, the next one is older women should avoid colorful looks. Unpopular opinion. I think that you can do whatever makes you happy.
Yes. If somebody is telling you that you should not wear colorful looks, send them my way. I will fight them. Because how dare they? And older women is so relative, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm older than you.
Yeah, not really. Barely.
But still, like, you could say, and then, of course, somebody 16 is looking at us like, old, you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sad that that's a unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think both of our husbands, like, love when we wear color.
Yeah.
Like, even my father-in-law, he's so funny. Like, I went over to his house with the Wilderness, like, 2 different eyeshadow looks completely.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, it's so cool. He's like, you know, somehow you don't make that look like, he thinks I, like, do it on purpose. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to make, like, I'm trying to do 2 looks quickly. That's what I used to.
Yes.
But, so people can really appreciate it. I think it comes from within. Like, if you're confident and you don't allow people to tell you how to live.
And the same thing goes, like, if you don't want to wear colorful makeup, if you're into your neutrals, don't feel like you have to wear color. If it makes you happy,
do what you
good.
Do what you gotta do.
Just colorful powder and cream we put on our face. It's not that deep.
And it's so fun. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion is more videos using older or on-the-market makeup products.
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. This is a tough one because everybody talks about this. I've heard so many YouTubers, not just smaller YouTubers. I've heard like 100K, 200K. People are always asking for older videos, but then our analytics tells us.
For me, like, I have a video on almost every palette in my collection. So if you want a video with the older palette, it's already there.
Yeah.
So it's hard because it's like, but I'm not getting views every day on my older videos. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I heard a good tip too is a lot of people said the way the algorithm works, if it's an older palette, it's not going to suggest Heather's video that she put up yesterday. It's going to suggest like Jaclyn Hill's video that had like 100K views over the last like 5-6 years. So it's hard for a creator to kind of get mileage out of that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are trying now to incorporate them on the side, or you know, if you're filming with like a new foundation, maybe you'll throw in an old eyeshadow palette.
Yes.
Or like I just filmed like I'm trying to practice my chatty get ready with these.
Yeah.
And so I did one with the Vive palette. I just filmed, like I've owned that palette forever, but I've never filmed a video with it. And I was like, okay, let me do it this way.
Yes, I do that a lot too. So I think a lot of times the older makeup is there on YouTube. It just might not be titled like Vive palette tutorial. It might be Chatty Get Ready With Me, where she throws it up in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the trend on YouTube. Like, tutorials are still happening all the time. Like, every time you post an eyeshadow palette review or first impression, you're doing a tutorial. You're saying what goes where.
Yeah.
I think Instagram is also a really good place to see older palettes. I know I like to show a lot of my older palettes there because they're fun and they can give you some inspiration on where to put shades. And I've seen other creators do that too. Like, I feel like Angie does a lot of Instagram tutorials. Samantha March, Morgan Turner really likes to do those. So, and
Instagram content creators are very different from YouTube creators because they're focusing more on the eye look.
Yes.
They're not focusing on the product or showing the palette.
It's not a review. Yeah. It's straight up tutorial.
So you might see somebody that's using their favorite like color palette for the last, like the same thing, but they're doing a different look every time. They're using the paint palette, but it's a different look. So,
or like, I put this I look up on Instagram today, and this palette's 2 years old. Tati Beauty. Like,
oh, your fave.
I love that palette.
We're ready. She's ready, Tati. We need another palette.
But yeah, I do understand that when you, even me, when I go to my subscription feed, it's new.
Yeah.
I think you just have to kind of find those videos, and when you do see it, like when Karen posts her Get Ready With Me and she has this older palette, like, click on that video, like the video, comment on the video, like, all that helps.
Same for everybody,
Yeah, for everybody. If you see an older palette being used, like, watch it twice. Watch the ads, you know? Like, let the people know that you like that, because that's all we can go off of.
Yeah.
But I do agree, because I know, like, I have palettes I love that don't get enough hype. So I totally get that comment. And I don't think you're alone in that unpopular opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that we're also, like, it's fun to see the views.
Yes.
Like, you put all this work into it, and it's
so
so satisfying when people enjoy your video.
Yes.
So,
and it is like, it's like a knife to the gut sometimes when you put a video up and it's not getting any views.
Yes.
You're just sitting there like...
And I see Heather, like, on Polo, and she's like, I'm filming my 7th look, and I'm just like, I don't know how you have energy.
Oh, yeah. I love to do 7 looks, but man, they take so much work and nobody watches them. So.
Yeah, so we're trying.
We're trying.
At least the two of us, we're trying to bring back some old palettes, and I know Heather's definitely better about it than I am, but I'm trying to, and there's so many palettes that I want to get another run at. Okay. Unpopular opinion, you don't always need a transition shade. I don't know if I could live without a
I wonder what she means by transition shade.
I'm assuming
like a neutral or like any transition shade.
Or I'm thinking like all shimmer look to the brow.
I do that. I've done all shimmer looks, and I do like, a lot of times I like to go in first with my dark color. You do that sometimes. Yeah. Your favorite is to go in with a
neutral, or some kind of lighter. Yes, you nailed it.
But yeah, one of the things I love about social media now is whatever you want to see, you can see it. Like, if you want dramatic eye looks, they are there. If you want people who don't use transition shades, they are there. But I do think it's very common on YouTube to be like, I'm going in with this warm neutral brown, and it's gonna be my transition shade. So I do get that. And I think if you're a beginner to makeup, a transition shade is perfect. But the more advanced you go, yeah, a lot of times you can kind of drop that. It just depends on how you like to do your makeup.
And there's so many techniques.
Oh my gosh, I love her screen name too. That's so cute. If that was your unpopular opinion, I really like your name. That's cute.
I just think that it's so funny because I'm definitely set in my ways. Mm-hmm. Like, so set in my ways. And if you watch this video, the Xenon, I tried, like, to follow a Natasha Denona tutorial.
So good.
And it was so, like, physically, like, hard for me to not go into my crease. Because she started the tutorial with putting gray, like, right in the middle from the palette. And I'm like, what?
It's just about trying new things.
Yeah. And
that was amazing on you.
Oh, my God. You're so sweet.
It looks so good. It did. Like, and look, everybody in your comments thought it looks good too.
We're like, I was just like, this is so weird. And so that's another way to try something new too with your makeup, is just to follow a different person's technique, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's like a whole new palette.
Yes, agreed.
My unpopular opinion, I think Pat McGrath palettes are a bit overrated, especially for the price. I know so many people swear by them, but I haven't always had the best experience with them. I definitely think some indie brands do a much better job at a more affordable price point. That's my opinion. Don't hate me. We wouldn't do that. Okay, I know Heather has thoughts. I'll go first. Let's see if I can manage to like dissect this. So I can compartmentalize things very well. Mm-hmm. So to me, I don't see Pat McGrath and indie in the same boat. Do I think some indie does better than Pat McGrath? Yes. But she still gets me. The only palette I really like dislike from hers is the Divine Rose one, because it's so boring to me. But
yeah, I have a different perspective because I only have one Mothership palette. I have the Celestial she put out for holiday, and I have a quad. And I'm so impressed with those palettes. I think they're beautiful. Yes. And I do have a large collection of indie, I feel like. And I have never swatched anything that I was like, this is a dead-on dupe for my Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2. So I'm like you. I see them as different. I don't think, if you do not have the money to spend on Pat McGrath, you don't have to. Like, that's why YouTube reviews are here, so we can say, like, we both love Profusion. Like, you have $5 eyeshadow palettes that you can create beautiful looks.
Yes.
So, overrated for the price. I don't.
Compared to what?
Compared to what?
Because to me, it's like I don't want to pay that price for Tom Ford. I think Tom Ford is like the biggest con.
Yeah, I've never tried him, but like I'm happy with the money I spent. But I do think if you're not comfortable spending that price point, shop Pat McGrath from like Sephora, to where if you hate it, you can return it. Yes. I would say that because. Like, we all want to be happy with how we spend our money, right? So if you try it and you think it's over...
Okay, so do you want to finish your thought? Because the camera stopped filming, so wherever Heather stopped off. But I remember, like, when the first 3 palettes came out, and nobody even knew who Pat McGrath was. So to me, like, those palettes at that time, the first 3, I mean, there was nothing like it in my collection. Because I have my original order receipt still in my email. Because I looked it up. I was like, when did these palettes come out?
Like,
So, compared to what is on the market now, there's definitely a lot more options, which is always great. But I still think they have something special about them.
I do too.
Yeah.
And she posts so many tutorials on Instagram with her palettes. I love that too. But she's selling you a very expensive palette, but she is going to give you inspiration with that palette. She is going to show you how to use every shade. She's going to put them on the eyes. She's going to use her fingers. She's going to, like, everything. So
yeah, and her pro team, they don't do makeup like YouTube makeup.
No.
They're working on models and like, yeah, I remember when Divine Rose 2 came out, the stuff they were doing with the multichrome, like I saw them use the multichrome as a highlighter on a deep skin tone, and I was like,
so beautiful.
Who would have thought of that?
Yeah.
No, like, I've never seen that on YouTube, but so it's fun to like dig into that stuff if you're like into nerdy stuff when it comes to makeup.
I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, this one's fun. Do you want to read this one? Because we were talking about this one in the car.
This person said, unpopular opinion, calling Pat McGrath mother is cringe. I don't call her that, but I don't cringe because that's what she calls herself. Like,
yeah, we were trying to like do some research.
Yeah, because they're all the motherships, and she will come on Instagram and call herself mother. So to me, like, it's respectful to call somebody what they want to be called, you know?
Sure, that's such a good perspective. To me, I'm like, maybe it's like a persona
Maybe
that she created for herself. That
yeah.
Like, almost like Queen Bee. That's what I think of mother as. It's like, I'm the mother hen. I don't know if that's where she was going with it, but...
Maybe so, yeah, but... Yeah.
But I can see how it gets cringy.
I feel like mother has blessed us with this palette.
People also call her Auntie Pat.
That's true.
But is that because she's British?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because auntie is very common where I'm from. Like, anybody that's your aunt or not your aunt, anybody that's an older woman, like all my mom's friends, I would still call auntie. I would never call anybody by their first name.
Because it's like respectful.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
I just never cringed when people called her mother because she calls herself that.
I sometimes cringe because like people will use it in thumbnails in like weird ways or like, you know... Or, like, it'll be like, it's Mother Pat's birthday. I'm like, do you know her?
No, I don't
Is
know
she your personal friend?
No.
Like,
I can barely remember my own birthday, my husband's birthday. Like, I can't remember my birthday. Yeah. I get that. I do get that.
Okay, where are we going here? Unpopular opinion. Matte eyeshadows are overrated.
Oh.
Angie would fight somebody.
Yes. I just heard screams from Sweden. Hey, BH Cosmetics, screams from Sweden. That's got to be your next palette.
The Halloween one.
Screams from Sweden. Yes. Matte eyeshadows are overrated. I have very hooded eyes. Deep jewel tone mattes make my eyes look smaller.
You'll have to try that. Well, you have do you have hooded eyes?
No, I have deep set
I
eyes.
have deep set eyes too. Who has hooded eyes? Somebody
Mattes are overrated. Mattes are overrated. Mattes are overrated. I can't say it enough to make it make sense. Like, I'm all about shimmer, glitter, all of that. But mattes are, I still love matte. But to be fair,
I love mattes too. This isn't like well, maybe it is there. I'm probably
they're overrated.
I don't want to throw people under the bus here, but no, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, not sorry.
I can see... I mean, I think this sometimes, especially when it comes to cool tones. They do, like, sometimes... But I've gotten really good at using black eyeshadow. I like to use it to deepen up colorful shadows. I don't personally do an all black eyeshadow or, like, a very dark. I always mix. So maybe I can see why that's scary. Because sometimes it can make my eyes look small, I think, personally.
But I kind of like the look of a small eye where it's, like, sultry. You know,
but you have a lot
like
of lid space, right? Do you feel like you have more lid? I know Angie has, like, a lot of lid space.
I have a lot of lid space.
Yeah, I don't feel like I do. What do you think?
I think you
Maybe I just don't think I do.
You definitely don't have small eyes. You don't have as much space as me, but you still have a lot of space, I feel like.
I can't rent out any real estate here.
But you love mattes.
Oh, yeah. I like everything for the most part. So.
Good grief. What have you started?
We're so
matte
confused.
eyeshadows are overrated.
But I can see where that can happen. I do. I get it. Unpopular opinion. A brand doesn't have a good shade range if half their 40 shades are fair light and they forget olive undertones except for medium skin tones. Yeah, that one. I feel like that goes without saying.
Yeah. I mean, every brand can do better.
Yeah. Okay. This one's tough. Lower lash line mascara is unnecessary.
Actually, my cousin has very hooded eyes and she never will do anything to her lower lash line. Not mascara, no shadow, nothing.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people feel like that. She didn't leave like her eye shape or anything. But I feel like, I would say a lot of people don't do anything to the lower lash line.
Really?
I love it. I'm like,
I can't live without like eyeshadow anymore. What did we do before we remember when people didn't put eyeshadow in their lower lash line? Do you remember this?
I have always.
Have you always done it? I haven't. And now I couldn't live without
just the top.
Yeah. There's still YouTubers that do that.
I'm like, I will put shadow wherever I can put shadow. Can I put more? Like, more is more to me. But it's definitely not necessary.
Yeah, I think the lower lash line, it really amplifies your makeup look.
Yeah, it
lower
does.
lash line mascara.
It takes it to the next level.
Yeah, I think it's just, and even if it's a little bit chunky, like it gives it such volume.
That's my unpopular opinion. I love textured shadows.
Yeah, lower lash line mascara I think is a must.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it would be nice if there were
you
more
don't
options.
Have to do it. We're not gonna come and like forcefully apply mascara to you.
And it might make it easier if brands focused on a mascara wand that fit more lower lash lines. Because if you try to, sometimes they're just, the brushes are too big, and then I have Q-tips like all the time, just cleaning mascara off. So
yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I get that.
Sorry. And then the last one is one shadow looks are way underrated.
I think that's an unpopular opinion because who is gonna click on a video where I'm like, bye guys, thanks for watching. Like that's like a 2-minute video. I definitely, especially like if I'm working, I have no time, I will go into one shadow. Well, usually if I'm short on time, I'm just not gonna do makeup because makeup is like for pleasure for me. You know? But one shadow, I love one shadow looks, but that's not very fun to watch on YouTube. Right. You know, like it would be kind of boring. Yeah. But hey, eye swatch videos would be for you if you like one shadow looks, right? Right.
Heather Austin. Follow Heather.
Eye swatch videos.
Yeah.
But they can look very like
effortless.
Model off
beauty. Like, yeah. I agree. They are underrated because they're beautiful and they're simple and it's fun.
But we're very more is more type of people, aren't we?
This whole room is like a shrine to more is more.
This is not a one shadow type of room. But yes, they are underrated. They're very beautiful.
Okay guys, that is everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go check out Heather's channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and if we get 1 million likes, we'll collab again. Yes! We're buying a flight ticket. I'm going to Mississippi.
Yes, you have to. Listen, I'm here in Fargo. If you want Karen to come to Mississippi, 1 million likes. That's what we need. 1 million likes.
We'll even settle for like, how many?
10.
No, we need more than 10 because that'll happen. That's probable. We'll do 100K likes.
Come, make her come to Mississippi.
Yeah, as soon as this baby comes out, we'll make a plan. But thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna just put you saying that part.
That's rude. See, I will say comments like this I delete off my channel because I just feel like that's mean, and I would hate to go on somebody's channel and like just imagine Tati comes on your video one day.
I don't know why people don't like Hiram. Can we talk about that for a second? He doesn't seem like he's that bad of a person.
How about we just say we don't know why people talk bad about other YouTubers? Like just don't subscribe and move on. This comment I would never leave up on my channel.
Oh my gosh, this is wild.
Subscribe to my channel.
You leave. Subscribe. There's a reason I don't sing on my channel.
I'm back in the browser field. I'm back in the browser field.
Who sings that?
Manny?
Oh really?
Yes.
I've never heard him do that one.
Back in the browser field. Check.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
I love that too.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Harris. If you didn't know, why am I saying that? I don't say that. I don't know why
you do say that.
Yeah, but that's after.
Tan girl for living.
That's like so I do like a little intro. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.